Welcome to the Kids Eating Broccoli podcast, where we believe that raising healthy kids shouldn't be complicated. Our mission is to inspire 20 million families worldwide to take the steps to raise the healthiest generation in our history. We interview some of the world's leading experts in nutrition, human potential, and children's health, as well as extraordinary chefs and foodies, to gain insights into simple, fun, and creative ways to introduce natural health into homes across this planet.
Hi there, Dr. Brad here from drellisor.com and the Kids Eating Broccoli podcast. And today I just wanted to share a little bit about my story and why I decided that I had to make the Kids Eating Broccoli podcast. And if you've been following me at all, you know I have 3 young daughters. The oldest is 9. And I've been studying health and nutrition for quite a while, even before I had my daughters. And my wife has 2. And when I was studying in school and starting my career, I really focused on nutrition and lifestyle for adults because I figured that was a lot of the population that would come see me. And also, I think the truth is that I kind of looked at the problems of things like obesity and chronic illness and all that kind of stuff, heart disease, diabetes, cancer, dementia, allergies, asthma, autoimmune diseases. I always looked at those like those were adult issues. And it was only after I had my first daughter and she got old enough that she started to interact with other kids her age, and I started to become exposed to the children for some sort of the general population, if you will. And what I discovered is that those problems that I thought were mostly adult, things like obesity and type 2 diabetes and even cancers and severe allergies and autoimmune disorders and all these types of things were not just adult problems anymore. And they really were afflicting a large portion of our children. My daughter started attending a public Montessori school, and there were just kids who had to have EpiPens at the nurse's office because they had such severe allergies, and all kinds of kids had to go to the nurse's office on a regular basis to get medication. And frankly, I can't remember a single kid when I was in school who had to do any of those things. I had one friend who had a bee sting allergy, and when we went hiking, he had to bring an EpiPen. But that's the closest, he didn't have to bring it to school every day and all that kind of stuff. I started my career in chiropractic and got going with that, and always thought it was important to adjust kids, and I always talk to parents about bringing kids in, and I have a lot of families that come see me for chiropractic. But what then became apparent is that the awareness around nutrition and lifestyle for kids is underdeveloped. It's really not well, it's not something that's talked about a lot. And I thought, you know what? There are a lot of parents out there like me, like my wife and I, who want to have healthy habits for their kids, but they don't know how to do it. They don't know strategies. They don't know techniques. All they see in their peer groups is kids eating crappy and having unhealthy lifestyles. That's what's portrayed on TV and all that stuff. And so what I realized is that, I became deeply affected by this and thought about the world my kids were going to inherit, and how sad it would be if they inherited a world where all of their contemporaries and peers, or a huge portion of them, were sickly, didn't have good working brains, were depressed, all these kind of things, and that this is something we need to make a change in. And, I always feel like, shoot, I got 3 kids, but I'm always trying to learn how to be a better parent. And so instead of just trying to figure it all out myself, I thought what a great opportunity for me to learn from some of the experts out there would be to ask questions and interview. And I might as well share that with people as well, what I learned. So I started this podcast where I'm doing interviews with these experts. And let me tell you, it's only been going on for a short while, and I've learned so much. I've had Dr. Jack Wolfson, the paleocardiologist, who teaches a lot about family health in kids. I had Deborah Morgan, who runs an internet radio and podcast, Kids Health Revolution. She had awesome stuff to share. We had a woman, Scylla Watcott, who doesn't do nutrition, but she does homeopathics, and especially homeoprophylaxis, which is the homeopathic alternative to vaccines, totally safe and non-toxic. And I had Christine Woods, and she is an excellent pediatrician, food practitioner in California, who had tons of good info about everything on the spectrum of kids' health and family and eating, and we're just getting started. And so I'm so excited to share that stuff with everybody, because there are people out there thinking about this, talking about this. It's just I didn't find it in the sort of the widespread media, and so my goal is to really help spread that around, really help make a difference in families and kids, and really make our next generation the best generation. And so I hope you join me and take a listen. You will be happy you did. There's some awesome info that gets shared. All right, there you go. Take care now. Signing off. If you enjoyed this episode of Kids Eating Broccoli podcast, connect with us online. You can find us on Facebook at Kids Eating Broccoli Podcast or at Dr. Brad Ellisor DC. You can also go to our website, drellisor.com. That's DOCTORELLISOR.com. Go to iTunes and leave us a review and a rating, or on Stitcher. And be sure to keep in touch with us so you can hear the next episode. Sign up for our mailing list or like us on Facebook. You guys take care now, and let's make the next generation the best generation.